every day, one by one, I'm gonna try every recipe of Laura, starting from the very beginning. Come, join me on my challenge. Let's go! Hi everyone! I cannot believe that I'm making this video again. It means that I've tried 30 more of Laura's recipes, which makes a total of 60. I honestly cannot believe it. So what I did, I've sat down again, I looked through all the things I've tasted so far, and I was so happy to discover that actually most of the recipes were so unheard for me that some of the ingredients I've even tasted for the first time in my life, which is so cool, isn't it? And all thanks to Laura. So now, let's recap the most memorable recipes. I didn't need to think long what to pick out for this category because it's so obvious. The carrot cake. There are no words to describe how skeptical I was about this cake because, I mean, why would you ever make a cake from something like carrots? So all the way through making it, I had this smirk on my face. Yep, that's what I'm making today, a carrot cake. And once I tried it, I was so surprised because it actually was very, very good. So if you've never tried a carrot cake in your life, I challenge you to do it this month. I can bet you will like it because, come on, I went through all of that myself. I'd have to say that the most fun I had while making the apple pie. For some reason, I kept feeling as if in an old American movie. I've never made a pie with two crusts before. When you make the bottom one, then fill the pie and top it with the, well, top crust, second crust. And that border, it's so cute. It's seriously as if you take it out from an old movie and just put in front of you. We don't make pies like that. And I haven't even talked about the taste yet, which is so good. The filling, it's so amazing. I remember I thought that it's kinda like a good perfume. While eating the pie, you keep discovering these new layers of taste, and there are so many of them. And they're all so good. So if you like apples, like apple pies, apple cakes, whatever, you have to give this one a try. It's worth all the work you put into it. Even though with this recipe I've realized how weak my frosting skills are, but the end result is so impressive that you would expect such cupcakes in some fancy bakery. And I'm talking about vanilla cupcakes with cherry butter cream frosting. You get a total sugar bomb because of the frosting, especially if you're quite new at frosting and you keep trying to fix this and that in the process, which accumulates quite a lot of frosting on each cupcake, but the cherries on the top and the cupcake itself, it's so good that even if you don't have a sweet tooth, while saying maybe it's a little bit too sweet for me, you're gonna finish the whole cupcake and you won't even realize it. So if you want to show off, if not to others, then to yourself, try these ones because, man oh man, feeling fancy is just guaranteed with these ones. Okay, so this is kind of funny because even though 60% of the recipes I've tried were desserts, but yet again, I'm gonna choose a main dish for this category. So the prettiest thing I've tried in the past 30 recipes has to be the vegetarian stuffed peppers. They are so adorable. Okay, this recipe is a great one if you have people coming over or maybe you have a bigger family, because first, it's a really easy one to make and you can make a lot of them at one time. Second, it's super filling, and third, they're just so cute and adorable. I cannot contain myself, seriously. Whenever I think about those cute looking peppers, I just want to smile and say how wonderful autumn is because it's perfect time for them. This one has to be tiramisu because even before I made it, everyone was already impressed that I'm planning to try to make it. And once I actually made it and shared it with my family, there was this moment of silence when everyone was staring at tiramisu in my hands with disbelief that I actually succeeded. And then it disappeared in like 2 minutes. And the funny thing is that this is not the first recipe that once I tell someone that I'm gonna try it, I get the same response. Are you serious? You know, it's so hard to make it. And then I get a bit scared and a bit discouraged, thinking that maybe it will be one of those recipes where I fail and have to try again, because there were such recipes, not many, very little, but there were. But in such case, every single time it turns out that Laura has simplified the recipe to such level that even a beginner like me can't succeed from the first time. And what's more, it's ending up as an amazing recipe, better than I've tried anything before. And it's the exact same case with this one as well. It's the best tiramisu I've ever eaten in my life. And it's so cool that I made it. But seriously, I'm not kidding, not exaggerating, just stating a simple, honest fact. And it's so easy to make it too. So seriously, if you like tiramisu, go make it. Come back and tell me, wasn't it the best tiramisu you've ever eaten in your life? Tell me. Here, I couldn't pick out just one recipe. I just couldn't, because there were 3 things among the 30 recipes I've tried recently which surprised me to unbelievable levels. So I'm just gonna tell them in order I made them, because seriously, I cannot pick a favorite. The first ones are the oatmeal raisin cookies. I know it doesn't sound like it's something special, but man, oh man, are they perfect. They are not like dessert-like cookie. They're more like a healthy snack, which you would choose instead of a dessert-like cookie. And they are so good. So tasty, so crunchy, so addictive. And the interesting thing about them is that even if you don't like oatmeal, chances are you're gonna love these cookies, because my husband absolutely hates oatmeal. He wouldn't eat it in any form or shape, but once he saw these cookies, there was no stopping him, even when I told him what they're made of. So if you're searching for some healthy snack, search no more and give these ones a try. The next newly found love of mine are holiday biscotti. These ones I think could also fall into healthy snacks category. I think. Well, in any case, they are so good. I honestly didn't expect them to be that good. Check out the video where I'm trying them for the first time and you'll see how surprised I was. These cookies are hard kind of cookies, which I really like. And they again have this wide range of taste palette, which while you're eating, it's like you're discovering all these yummy tastes, but then you stop and there's still incredible aftertaste changing. It's amazing. So if you're crazy about hard kind of cookies, you'll go, how Laura says it, bananas over these ones. And my third, equal to previous ones, newly found love is raisin scones. I've never tried a scone before in my life, and I remember when I was watching the original recipe, I kept thinking that these look kinda simple and honestly, well, like nothing special. And boy, was I wrong. Once you put them into the oven, you become like a cat. You just wanna stand and look at them in the oven and waiting until they're gonna be done, because they just enchant you with their smell. I don't know how it's possible because the ingredients are really very simple, but the smell, oh my goodness. Once you try these ones, you just kinda wanna eat them all at once. I'm ashamed to admit it. I really am. Because even though I just made them yesterday, they're all already gone. And my husband tried only like 1 or 2 of them. And I'm talking about French macarons. They are, I don't even know what to say. They are something which makes you go absolutely crazy about them. They're so light, so crispy but chewy at the same time, and that chocolate filling in between them, it's just so perfect. And this supposedly is not a sweets lover talking, so you decide how good they must be. You have to try these ones, have to, because you just don't know it yet, but it's the best thing you could possibly want right now. Oh, this one is an easy one this time. It's fettuccine Alfredo with chicken. I was amazed how quick this dish is and what an amazing result you get in the end. It's just hard to comprehend how it can be so tasty, because for quite a long time I had this idea in my head that things that are really yummy, but I mean really yummy, take time to be made. But Laura is breaking this belief so bad that it's even hard to believe it anymore. Most of her recipes are really easy and quick, but then in the end you're left with this taste explosion in your mouth and you cannot understand how or when it happened. So it is with this chicken Alfredo as well. Make it once and you'll understand what I mean. You make it in like 20 minutes and then you're left with this amazing dish, as if someone magically went and brought it from some fancy restaurant and put in front of you. So this is the most revealing category in my opinion, and I've decided to include all of the recipes from the very beginning because I did recreate quite a lot of them and quite a few times. So let's start with the new ones first. And I've actually recreated only 2 of them for now, but I'm sure I will recreate much more of them in the future once my reserves in the freezer finish up. The first one is banana bread and honey butter. I cannot even tell you how many times I made it. Maybe 4, 5? I honestly don't know. My husband is crazy about this banana bread, especially with the honey butter. So I think he started buying way too many bananas purposefully. And once I have them kind of darkening up on me, I always make this banana bread, and it's a great way not to waste them. And I think my husband saw the connection, so now I couldn't even tell you when was the last time that we wouldn't have some of them at home. So if you have some bananas lying in your kitchen, do give this recipe a try, because this one is one of the really good ones. And the second recipe from the new ones is the Italian sandwiches with sausage and peppers. It all depends on the quality of the sausages, obviously, but I finally had luck finding the ones I like, and this recipe is great for workday dinners because it's super easy, super flavorful, and super filling. I mean, this one recipe for 2 sandwiches will give you leftovers, even if you're feeding a really hungry man. And now let's go to the older recipes. And as I do have a number of things I want to mention, I won't stop too long for each one, because I think I also talked about most of these in my previous Best of the Best video. I'm gonna start by mentioning that recently we've celebrated my husband's birthday, and I really wanted to make him his favorite meals. So basically, here's what I picked out from all the recipes that I've tried. But first, of course, I had to make the Antipasto Platter because it looks really yummy, it looks really inviting, and it's perfect for when you have more people over because everyone can find something they like in it. The next thing I had to make were roasted peppers, and they were such a hit that everyone asked for a recipe, and they could not believe how I made them. And as I've talked a lot about them in my previous video, this time I'll just mention that there's an open fire at home involved while making them. Salad-wise, I made 2 cold and 1 hot salad. Now the cold ones were, of course, the beautiful Caprese salad, and then the next one was spinach salad with lemon vinaigrette. Both of these are my husband's favorites, so I had to make them, and the other ones loved them as well, so much that actually one of my friends recreated the spinach salad in one of her parties she hosted recently, so that's really nice. And it's actually a total hit in our circles since the time I've discovered them, and it's our go-to salads. And the funny thing is, we're still not bored of them, even though I kinda already lost track of how many times I've made them, especially the spinach salad. The hot salad had to be my favorite potato and green bean salad. It's so simple to make it, it's so satisfying, and at least for me, it's a meal in itself that I just keep recreating this one again and again, and it's just so good. Definitely potato lover approved. For the main course, I've decided to go with chicken Parmesan because, well, it looks really fancy, it is very yummy, and what's more, you can make a lot of it at the same time. Everyone just loved it. Actually, a couple of weeks have passed since my husband's birthday, and one of my friend's husbands still cannot forget how yummy it was. So slowly but surely, in my head, I've already started planning another dinner party for my friends, because you just have to share such good food with your family and friends. You have to. Alongside the main course, I've decided to roast some veggies according to Laura's roasted zucchini recipe, except I've used lots of different kinds of veggies, little peppers, mushrooms, carrots, onions, and of course, as in the original recipe, zucchini and cherry tomatoes. And everything else I made according to the recipe, and it was a total hit as well. People kept praising the food so much that I felt like the biggest cook ever. And that's a great feeling for a beginner cook, I won't lie. Okay, and for the main birthday cake, I've chosen my husband's absolute favorite, which he's crazy about. Chocolate cake with peanut butter filling and chocolate ganache. I don't even need to say more, especially because I said so much in my previous video, but this cake was a party stopper. Everyone loved it, and it's understandable because you just cannot not like it. It's just amazing. For other sweets, I've shared my previously frozen chocolate chip muffins, chocolate chip cookies, holiday biscotti, and coconut macaroons, and they all were as if just made. Needless to say, there were lots of happy bellies and lots of recipe asking because everyone was eager to learn how this or that was made, and I was more than happy to share. Come on, I'm a beginner cook. How cool is that? So as I had some leftovers after the birthday, I made roasted peppers bruschetta. It's so good. I'm totally thinking right now that I should make roasted peppers again so that I could make this bruschetta. It's just so unbelievably good. Oh, so good. To use up all the meats and cheeses I had left from the Antipasto Platter, as well as some of chicken parm, I made a bomb spaghetti pizza. Seriously, let me just tell you that in my opinion, as many things as you put in it, it just makes it that much tastier. It was really good and a perfect way to use up all the leftovers. And the last two things I want to mention are the bean meals, because for some reason I was craving for beans. So the first thing I made was the amazing pasta fagioli soup, which is so good for colder days. It's just so cozy to be at home and eat it while it's, for example, raining outside. So cozy and so yummy. And the other one was the spicy black beans with freshly boiled potatoes and a dollop of plain yogurt. To die for. So good. So there you have it, my food confessions. It's been a blast trying a new recipe every day, and I can honestly say I already can feel how much I've improved, and everyone's noticed that too. So if you're new to cooking as well, just practice. Maybe a new recipe every week, maybe every 2 weeks. I can promise you will start feeling more confident in no time at all. Besides, it's so fun trying new dishes. I love it. All the recipes I've mentioned will be listed in the description box down below, together with the links to the videos where you can find out how to make them, as well as the written recipes themselves. So I really hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions or suggestions, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in a day. Bye!